Hey students, всем привет! С вами, как всегда, я Энн, учитель английского. Добро пожаловать на наш разговорный курс «Английский язык для начинающих». И сегодня у нас с вами 23-е занятие, где мы говорим про еду. Let's go! So first of all, let's match this food with the pictures. So pasta. Where is pasta? Here it is, pasta. Great. Next we have vegetables. Let's find vegetables. Yeah, vegetables. They are tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots. Yes, they are vegetables. Next, steak. Steak is here. Yeah, it's obvious. Bread. Bread is here. Good. Chicken. So, here it is, chicken. Chips. Let's find chips. Yeah, chips. They are fried potatoes. Yeah, то есть это жареная картошка, chips. Next, fish. Of course, it is fish. Good. Next we have fruit. Here we have apple. Apple is fruit. Let's go next. Cereal. Cereal is here. Cereal это хлопья. Eggs. Cheese, and sugar. Great work. What do you usually eat for breakfast? What do you usually eat for breakfast? I usually have cereal or eggs for breakfast. What about you? What about lunch? What do you usually eat for lunch? I usually have pasta with chicken for lunch. What about you? And we have dinner. What do you usually eat for dinner? I usually have vegetables and cheese for dinner. What about you? So now let's talk about Michael Phelps, the swimmer, and his attitude to food. Let's read the text. I love food. I need about 12,000 calories a day, so I have a big breakfast. Usually 3 fried eggs sandwiches and a 5-egg omelette and 3 pieces of French toast with sugar. For lunch, I have the same thing every day. I always have a big plate of pasta and 2 very big cheese sandwiches. For dinner, I have another big plate of pasta and a whole pizza. I don't often eat vegetables or fruit. So students, did you understand this text? So he has a big breakfast and he has the same lunch every day. And for dinner, he has a big pizza and a big plate of pasta. Yeah, so he eats a lot. Here, now let's look at Heidi Klum. She's a supermodel and let's find out whether she eats a lot or not. So, I'm never hungry because I eat a lot. In the morning, I usually have a big breakfast with fruit and cereal, and for lunch, I eat a lot of vegetables. But in the evening, I only have a small dinner. I often eat chicken, but I don't often eat red meat. I have steak maybe once a week. And I sometimes eat fish maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I never eat chips because of my job. It's important for me to look good and be healthy. So, important, важно. So, it's important for her to look good and be healthy. So, she doesn't eat chips. She says that she eats a lot, but comparing with our swimmer, we can't say that she eats as much as he eats, yeah? So students, we have Michael and Heidi, yeah? So we will write M or H here. We need to answer the questions. Who eats a lot? Who eats a lot? Yeah, of course, Michael eats a lot and Heidi says that she eats a lot too. So next, who talks about steak and chicken? Who talks about steak and chicken? Yeah, Heidi. Heidi talks about steak and chicken and steak, yeah. And Michael, no, actually he doesn't talk about steak and chicken. Let's go next. Who thinks it's important to eat healthy food? Yeah, of course, it was Heidi because she's a supermodel and she says that it's important for her to look good and be healthy. Yeah, so it's important to eat healthy food. Next. Has a big breakfast. Who has a big breakfast? Yeah, of course, it's Michael. Yeah, so we can find it in the text. He says that I have a big breakfast here. Yeah, who doesn't eat a lot of vegetables and fruit? So yeah, it was Michael too. Michael too said that he doesn't often eat vegetables or fruit, whereas Heidi said that she eats a lot of vegetables. Yeah. Next, who eats a lot of Italian food? Yeah. So what is Italian food? Italian food is pasta, pizza. Yeah. Actually, what else? So pasta and pizza. Who eats a lot of Italian food? Who eats pasta and pizza? Yeah, that's Michael. Great. All right, students, so now let's look at these words and I want us to find them in the text. So first one is sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, Heidi says, I sometimes eat fish, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah, so sometimes it's like 2 or 3 times a week. Next we have always. Always. Let's find it. I always have a big plate of pasta. Yeah, always. It means every day. Always. Next we have never. Let's find never. I'm never hungry. I'm never hungry because I eat a lot. So never means she isn't hungry at all. Yeah, she eats a lot, so she isn't hungry. She is never hungry. Yeah. Next we have often. I often eat chicken. Often means maybe twice a week. Yeah, we can say that she often eats chicken. And not often, yeah, but I don't often eat red meat. So I have steak maybe once a week. So once a week it's not so often, so don't often. And usually, yeah, we have usually in this text. So I have a big breakfast, usually 3 fried egg sandwiches, yeah? All right, students, so now let's look at this arrow, yeah? And let's try and put these words on the arrow. So we have already sometimes, we have 40% for sometimes. Next we have always. Yeah, where should we put always? Yeah, of course, always it's 100%. Yeah, always it means I do it every time, every day. Never, of course, it's 0%. Never, because I don't do it at all. Yeah, never, I never do it. Next we have often. So where should we put often? So never, sometimes. Yeah, I think often will be here. Often. Yeah, often. And not often, yeah, I would put here. Not often. Yeah, not often. And there will be usually. Yeah. So we have never, not often, sometimes, often, usually, and always. Yeah. So what do you usually have for breakfast? I usually have eggs. And what about you? So now let's look at the rules and the example sentences. I'm never hungry because I eat a lot. Yeah, I'm never hungry because I eat a lot. I usually have a big breakfast. I don't often eat red meat. So let's look at these words, never, usually, and often. Where do they go in a sentence? And we can see that the word never goes after am. We have the rule that our adverb never goes after am is are. Yeah, so I'm never hungry because I eat a lot. Or you can say that I'm always hungry because I don't eat a lot. Yeah, so next we have I usually have a big breakfast. In this sentence we have the verb have, and you can see that usually goes before the verb have. So when we have the verb in a sentence, our adverb usually, never, often goes before it. Yeah, so I usually have a big breakfast, or you can say I never have a big breakfast, I always have a small breakfast. I don't often eat red meat. Yeah, so this is the same example where we have often before the verb. Yeah, so we have often eat. Often is before the verb. So I don't often eat red meat. So we have two rules here, that usually our adverb goes after am is are, but before the verb. Yeah, if we have the verb in a sentence. Alright, students, so now let's practice and let's make sentences from these words. И здесь давайте не забывать, как строятся предложения в английском языке. Да, у нас с вами всегда четкий порядок слов, поэтому вначале у нас будет идти кто, потом будет идти что делает, и потом у нас идут остальные слова. Остальные слова, да? И если у нас с вами есть usually, often, never, да, вот эти наши слова, то они у нас будут идти всегда перед действием, да, то есть перед что делает. Let's practice. So, I... Do we have the verb here? Yes, have, yeah? So, and we have usually. We put usually, I usually have fish on Friday. Yeah, so I usually have fish on Friday. We put usually before have, yeah, because we have the verb have here. Yeah, I usually have fish on Friday. Good. Next, I. So we have the verb eat. So, and we have never, so we put never before eat. So, I never eat what? Sweets. I never eat sweets. So, again, never we put before the verb. I'm never hungry. It's very easy, yeah? I'm never hungry. So here we have never, and we put never after am, yeah, after am, because we don't have the verb in a sentence, yeah. Next, I. So we have the verb eat, so we say I often eat what, yeah, chicken. I often eat chicken, yeah, again we have often, and we put it before the verb. Okay, I'm. Here we have I am. I'm. So next we have usually. I'm usually home. And when am I usually home? I'm usually home for dinner. Yeah? So again, usually we put after am. Okay, next we have I. So we have the verb and the negative verb. So I don't often eat fruit. Yeah, I don't often. Yeah, we put often before the verb eat. Next, I have. We have the verb have here, and we have sometimes. So we say I sometimes have vegetables for lunch. I sometimes have vegetables for lunch. And the last one, we have the verb eat here. I always eat steak on Sundays. Yeah, I always eat steak on Sundays. Good job. And now let's talk. Are these sentences true for you? For example, I usually have fish on Friday. No, it's not true about me. I don't usually have fish on Friday. I usually have meat on Friday. I never eat sweets. No, it's not true about me. I sometimes eat sweets. I'm never hungry. Oh no, that's not about me. I can say that I'm often hungry, but I eat a lot, so who knows why. Next we have, I often eat chicken. Yeah, it's true about me. I really often eat chicken. I'm usually home for dinner. Yeah, I am usually home for dinner. I don't often eat fruit. Yeah, that's true about me. I don't often eat fruit. Yeah, I sometimes eat fruit. I sometimes have vegetables for lunch. That's not true. I always have vegetables for lunch. I always eat steak on Sundays. No, I sometimes eat steak on Sundays. So now tell me about you. So if this lesson was useful for you, don't forget to leave your comments, put your likes and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.